Hello, everyone. Hello. We're going to give it a couple of more seconds just to allow a little bit of more people to come on in. And I'm also going to, this is my, let's see if you can see, this is my fur baby, Lalita. Say hi. She overgrooms, so if you see she has a little naked belly, it's because she overgrooms. Say hello. Hello. Anyway, you have to be out, or you need a cushion. How about this? We'll give you a cushion for you to be on. Or you can leave. Either way, I'll take it. Okay. She's gonna leave. I'm gonna hope she leaves. Hi guys, hello. Let me know where you're practicing from, where you're tuning on in. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. Okay, I'm gonna take a stab at it. Bethobile. Good morning. Hi, or good afternoon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kick her out. All right, and we'll begin at 9:05 exactly. Joining from South Africa, beautiful, welcome. Good morning from New Jersey, ooh, beautiful, welcome. Italy, Colorado, awesome. Philly, from Philadelphia, Ireland, nice. Santa Fe, ooh, France, beautiful. New York City, yes, fellow New Yorker. New Jersey, beautiful, welcome. So cool. Well, with that, guys, we are going to be diving on into our Astro Yoga Flow class for this full moon in Capricorn. I want to go ahead and dive on into the themes of the full moon, what it means, what this Capricorn full moon means, and more importantly, the aspects, or I should say kind of the astrology that is coming up and the key themes that we will be working on and what we will be dealing with. So there's a tiger behind you. I know. She's a fierce tiger and she just went on her cushion. So I think she'll sleep for the rest of class, hopefully. But let's go ahead and and dive on in. So we have the full moon in Capricorn coming on in, where it is the reason why we have this beautiful full moon, or the face of the full moon, we'll just get into astronomy for a moment, is the sun. It's directly opposing the sun in the zodiac sign of Cancer. Happy birthday to all of my Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer. It's shining directly on the face of the moon. So Capricorn, the moon in the zodiac sign of Capricorn, and Cancer are kind of opposing each other. They're challenging each other in a sense. Capricorn, the sign of resilience, the sign of persistence, the sign of patience, the sign of learning the hard lessons, and of course, abundance and money and value and self-worth and responsibility and ambition, is starting to challenge the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is about home and nurturing yourself and patience and pause, but patience in a different way, not patience like you're waiting for something to happen. Patience as in you can just be still. You can let things come to you. You can allow yourself to float and be held. And it's very different energies, especially when the moon is having a trine or a positive conversation with Mars in Virgo, which is very analytical and very, let's do it. Let's not just think about it. Or if you see something's wrong, let's fix it. Let's change it. So this can be a time period where if you feel hypercritical of yourself, if you start to question yourself, if there are themes around home, if there are themes around stillness, if you're flirting with burnout, all of that can come up around this Capricorn full moon. Let me know in the chat if you can identify with some of this energy that's happening. But yeah, okay, so Bathoville is saying sun is in Leo. Yeah, good news is Leos and a couple of, I think only Aries will really feel it. But if you are an earth sign like Virgo and Capricorn, if you are Pisces, and if you are, of course, the zodiac sign of Cancer, you will be feeling this moon a little bit more because it is happening in a primary sign within your birth chart. So if you're feeling a little bit more intense around this time period, it is normal. Naomi said, I'm a Libra and Capricorn moon, so I'm devastated. Yeah. It's funny. I was chatting with Lily about this just before we went on. It could be a very strange moon. It could be a very, very strange moon for some people, but for others, and more importantly, for everyone, the lesson here is, how do I balance? And this is something you can meditate on your mat. How do I balance? How do I allow myself to balance my ambitions, my desires, my goals, with moments of stillness, moments of pause, moments of nurturing and allowing and compassion with the self, and saying, it's okay. It's okay. What is our relationship with the stillness? So with that, my friends, let's go ahead and dive on into our practice. I haven't been able to figure out this background thing, but I think you can definitely see my hands and my body. So if there's a shifting, forgive that. I think I had it in portrait mode, but hopefully everyone can see me okay. And let's go ahead and come to our yoga mat, wherever you are, finding your comfortable seated position. Maybe the palms are facing up to receive. Maybe they're facing down. Coming to close the eyes if it feels good, if it feels natural. Breathing on in. And exhale the rest of the world away. Inhaling deeply into the body. And exhaling, letting go. Two more breaths, inhaling. And exhaling. And last big deep breath in. And exhale. Releasing any judgment or criticism of the self. Releasing any desire to try so hard. You do not have to for this class. Releasing the instinct to shy away from vulnerability. Allow yourself to breathe naturally. And only allow yourself to be present and held within the four corners of your yoga mat. Inhaling and exhaling. And I invite you to set an intention for this practice. Something you need, or maybe something in the alignment of this full moon. that this is so much more than ambition or structure or responsibility or accountability. This is about nurturing yourself, nurturing your goals, your desires with a mother-like touch. So whatever the intention is, go ahead and set it. And with that intention in mind, let us bring the first finger and thumb together and gently float the eyes open. If you have them closed, inhaling and exhaling. And inhale, go ahead, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, reaching the hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring the energy down to the heart space. Inhaling to sweep the hands all the way on up. And exhaling to draw the energy on in, and just continue the movement at your own pace. Inhaling, arms come all the way on up. Exhaling to bring the hands on down to the heart space. And just continuing, imagining that you're reaching up towards an intention, but you're bringing that intention down to the heart. And that is really the energy of this full moon. Reaching towards something, but not just simply reaching, allowing it to be in alignment with heart, with spirit, with soul alignment. And continue at your own pace for 3 more breath cycles, inhaling to reach. And exhaling. Bring the energy down. Beautiful, guys. And I invite you to not follow me. All of these are suggestions. This is about tuning on into your own instincts and your own body. Exhaling. Beautiful. From here, inhaling the arms up towards the ceiling. And then see if you can twist on over to your right, bringing the left hand to the right knee as the right hand comes behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. And for those of you who are so good with your left and right, and you are very aware that I am going in an opposite direction or a different direction, I may be mirror imaging you. And from here, inhaling the hands up towards the ceiling. Let's take it into the opposite side, reaching the hands up and down. But I may realize that Zoom already has me mirror imaged, so I may be looking like I'm going in the opposite direction. So forgive me. But we have compassion. We know it's one side, then the other. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to the crown of the head. And exhale to twist. Twisting from the core. We are going to add a little bit of movement and warmth for this class, but we're going to keep it pretty gentle. Even though we may have a little bit of ambition. And from here, inhale, sweeping, reaching the hands on up. And exhale, bring the hands on down to release onto the knees. Adjust in any way you need to, especially if sitting in one specific position, maybe putting limbs to sleep. Take a sip of water, whatever you need. Beautiful. And we'll come back into our comfortable seated position. That can be this, that can be a little bit of this, whatever it is. And let's go ahead and send the heart forward, round over to your right or your left, your choice, and then round to the opposite side. And just allow yourself to trace circles like your heart is this spoon tracing the circle within our galaxy, within the universe. What are we stirring? What are we manifesting? What are we bringing up? And just move at your own pace again for 5 breath cycles. These are called Kundalini circles or Sufi circles, warming up the spine, warming up the hips a little bit, the core, the chest. We'll play around for 3 more breath cycles. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and sighing out. And last breath cycle, and we take it into the opposite side when you are ready. So starting from the front and going in the opposite direction. Taking a moment to really tune on into how this movement feels. Does it feel good? Can we allow it to feel good? We already have the Capricornian energy of showing up, of being here, of doing the movement. But can we do it with this energy of Cancer season or the zodiac sign of Cancer, the crab, where we can allow ourselves to just move in a way that feels very good, very organic. 3 more breaths. Cycles. Inhaling and exhale. Beautiful. Last big deep breath in. Exhaling slowly, taking your time to finish up your breath and coming back to a nice, neutral, seated position, checking in with yourself, returning back to your intention. Inhaling and exhaling. And coming on to the hands and knees for tabletop position. If you have blocks, feel free to bring them at the front of the yoga mat, grounding down through the fingertips. And I like to bring my index fingers to face forward, like so, even though they look pretty webbed right now. But if we turn our index fingers to face forward, grounding down through the fingertips, firming the forearms in towards one another, curling the toes under, taking a nice big deep inhale, tilt the pelvis forward and down, send the belly down towards the yoga mat, scoop the heart through the gateway of the arms, roll the gaze forward and up in our cow pose. Inhale. Exhale, bring the tops of the feet to the floor, round in upper back, chin comes towards the chest in our cat. Inhaling slowly, sending the belly on down, scooping the heart through the gateway of the arms, rolling the gaze forward and up for cow. And exhale, tops of the feet to the floor, round in the upper back, chin comes towards the chest for cat, continuing again at your own pace, moving in a way that feels good. So why so much at your own pace, besides the fact that it's my favorite way to teach? But I think really importantly, I think it's very easy with this energy of the Capricorn full moon to compare yourself, to feel like I need to go faster, I need to work harder. But the energy of the soft invitation, the nurturing energy of the crab says, take your time at your own pace. You are already doing more than enough. You're already being so strong. Allow yourself to move in a way that feels authentic and true and good and joyful. Our joy is also our responsibility. And feel free to add creative movement. Maybe sending the heart over the right wrist, or maybe sending the heart over the left. Maybe slowly sending or rounding in the upper back and then pushing on back into a little child's pose, or maybe scooping the heart forward, maybe tracing circles with the hips or the tailbone. But whatever comes to you, closing the eyes, tuning on into how the body wishes to move. What if we approached every day asking ourselves, how do I wish to move? Sometimes we don't have the luxury. Sometimes we have to move in certain ways. But for this yoga practice, how do you wish to move? Four more breath cycles. Trusting your intuition and your instincts for movement. Feel free to use me as inspiration, but do not worry about going exactly in the same pace or way. Following your own instincts, your own energy. And last breath cycle here, inhaling and exhale. Slowly coming back to tabletop position. Again, really ground down through the fingertips. If you feel the elbows are hurting you, you may be hyperextending, so keep a little slight bend in the elbows, but then really send the forearms in towards one another to get that dual action and that support. And then see if you can send the left knee to center and reach that right foot up and back. And you can stay here, or you can send that left hand on forward, coming into a balancing tabletop, and just hold. We're moving, we're working, kind of embodying this Capricorn energy, but we're finding a sense of stillness. Can we just be with the energy of this hard work? Drawing the navel on in, staying strong with the breath, being present with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and sighing it out. Last big deep breath in. You have this. Inhale and exhale. All right, hold. Now we're going to see if we can send the elbow towards the knee towards the elbow. You can always take breaks. You can always roll out your wrist. And then eventually we inhale, reach the left hand forward, and right hand moves on back, or right foot moves on back. Inhaling, drawing the energy on it. Exhale. Inhale, drawing the energy in. And exhale. 2 more times, breathing in. Exhaling out. And last time. Exhale. Hold, breathe, find your stillness. I know. And inhale. And exhale, release. Good, great work. Sway from side to side. I did say we were going to add a little bit of warmth in. Feel free to move in cat, cow. Maybe pretend there's a paintbrush at the edge of the tailbone and we're just tracing circles to release any tension from the lower back. Trusting your creative flow, your creative movement, playing around with it for 4 more breath cycles. Inhaling and exhaling. And last 2 breaths. Play around with any way that may feel very good. And when you are ready, slowly come back to tabletop position. We know what we need to do. We ground down. We are patient. Stay one with your breath. Reach the right hand forward. Left foot reaches all the way on back, drawing the navel and the rib cage in, staying one with the breath, finding stillness even in the middle of working hard. Being compassionate with yourself, feel free to break away from the pose and come back in whenever you are ready. This is your practice and everything's an invitation. Inhaling and exhaling. We held for about 6 breaths on one side. We're going to hold for another 6 breaths on this side. Nothing is more challenging than staying in stillness. But more importantly, nothing is more challenging than staying in a hold where it's stillness and you're working and you're doing things, but you're like, when is this going to be over? When can I feel ease? 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Stay in this present moment. You'll never be back in this pose. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. And you know where to go. Exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow, underneath the belly, round in the upper back. And then inhale to reach. And exhale to draw the energy on in. And inhale to reach. Exhale, energy draws on in. Inhale to reach. And last time, draw the energy on in. And inhale to reach. And go ahead, slowly release the right hand and the right knee on down. Let's take a child's pose. Bring the knees as wide as the yoga mat, coming to bring the big toes together. Come to sit onto the heels of the feet and bow on down. It's okay if the sit bones are a little up in the air. That's normal too. You can always place, if you have a block or a book, anything that can support the head or you feel comfortable supporting the head, you can place it underneath the forehead. That may feel good. Honoring and just bowing on down. Honoring the body and just bowing on down. I say that a lot. Like yoga teachers will say these things. Honoring the body. Being one with the breath. What does that mean to you, really? What does it mean to honor your body? Maybe not being so hard on, at least for me, not being so hard on myself. Knowing that everything we do or I do today, it's more than enough. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Exhaling on out. Slowly walk the hands all the way over to the right. And come up onto the left fingertips. And feel a nice stretch from the left hand all the way down the side of the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale, slowly walking the hands all the way over to the left, coming up onto your right fingertips, feeling a nice stretch from right hand all the way down the side of the body. Breathing in. And exhaling out. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, slowly bringing the hands back to center. We're going to take in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So you can slowly come back to tabletop position, finding our tabletop position, bringing the knees back underneath the hips, curling the toes under, pressing into the hands and feet, lifting the hips up nice and high, coming on in to downward dog. That inverted V shape, that upside down V shape, and begin to pedal out the legs, bending through one leg, reaching through opposite heel. So a little bit of Capricornian full moon energy so we can really be in alignment with this downward facing dog. Bend the knees as much as you want to get a nice long flat back, and it's okay if the heels are slightly lifted. Mine are lifted throughout all of winter, and then summer my heels magically reach the yoga mat, so it's absolutely normal. And just pedal out the legs and breathe. If the elbows are talking to you, keep a slight bend in the elbows. If the wrists are talking to you, make sure to use your core to press that energy up and away from your wrists, from the floor. Last 3 breath cycles as you pedal out the legs. Inhaling. And exhale. Breathing in. Sighing it out. Last big deep breath in. And exhale. Bring the feet mat distance apart. And really press the hands into the yoga mat, sending the energy up and away from the yoga mat, spreading shoulder blades nice and wide. Feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings as well. Just take a moment to pause here. This pose is an inversion. It's very challenging. So allowing yourself to just stay here is more than enough. We're doing enough. Inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in. And exhale, go ahead. Slowly send the left foot to center. Sweep the right foot all the way on up in 3-legged dog. And then can you step the right foot to the outside of the right hand? If it doesn't go there on its own, take a hold of that ankle and help it on forward. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, and it is more than okay to send that right foot off the yoga mat. You can keep the hips nice and lifted, or you have the option of lowering that left knee down onto the yoga mat. Send the left hand to center and sweep that right hand on up, coming into a gentle twist to the inside of that bent front right knee, reaching the hands on up. Beautiful. A lot of the times we get confused. We may want to open up to the outside. This front right knee, we want to bend to the inside. We're twisting in. So left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Yeah. Beautiful. Taking a nice big deep breath in. Yep, 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 exactly. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Remember to laugh. You guys have it. Yep, you're all looking at me like, this is correct, right? Yeah, you have it. Beautiful. And this isn't easy. We're doing this on Zoom, so it's even more challenging. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, release the right hand on down. Release the left knee on down. Great job. Send the hips forward and back, forward and back. So now we know. This is called ready for this? Sukha Parita Parvashtanasana. Easy, twisted posture. It's not easy. It's not an easy posture. Seemingly easy. So feel free to walk the fingertips forward and back. And again, moving with the Capricorn full moon theme, there's a lot of things that could be seemingly easy in our life. Getting up in the morning, brushing our teeth, getting groceries, cooking ourselves a meal. But sometimes it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to have those days where you're like, I just want to lie in bed and watch a movie. I want to Netflix and chill. Feel free to use the blocks underneath the hands also, if you feel it. Just to stretch out the hamstring as well as the hips. 2 more breath cycles, inhaling. And exhale. Last big deep breath in. Great work, guys. And exhale. And slowly, using your blocks, or if you don't have blocks, I'll show you both ways. Grounding down through the fingertips. Can you lean the hips all the way on back, flexing the toes up, maybe even sliding that foot a little bit forward. We're going to come into a hamstring stretch. Notice that my knee almost looks like it's going in the opposite direction. That's not good. So we're going to slightly bend. I want to feel the engagement in my quadricep muscle. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown of the head. Exhale to bow on down with blocks. Blocks just come directly underneath the hands in any position that feels organic and good. Inhale, exhale, breathe. I know. There are these moments where, especially for me, the hamstrings, I'm like, oh gosh, we're holding here. Feel free to back out. Feel free to be gentle with yourself. Feel free to nurture this pose in a way that feels kind and authentic and honors your body. Inhaling. Exhale. Last big deep breath here. And exhale, slowly release this pose, bending that front right knee, moving on out. You have 2 options. You can have the right knee meet the left, or you can see if you can lift that right knee on up and step back into plank pose. Taking a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. And exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, breathe. You can also feel free to take a child's pose if that feels good too. Maybe a little bit of both. Sometimes I feel when I have a lot of emotions around the full moon, I like to move and burn away a little bit of those emotions more by moving. But don't underestimate the power of stillness and the power of the pause. We will be coming to a pause once we're done with the left side. So take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh out. If you are in child's pose, come meet me in downward facing dog. Send the right foot to center. Sweep and kick the left foot all the way on up in three-legged dog. And then see if you can step the left foot to the outside of your left hand or help the ankle on forward. And release that right knee on down or leave the right knee on up. You know what we're doing. Right hand is to the yoga mat. Sweep the left hand on up. We're twisting to the inside of that front bent knee. So again, not this, but more inner twist using our core. Keep the right heel or that back right heel over the toes. Make sure the left knee is either over or the front left knee is over the ankle or slightly behind. Hold and breathe. I used to hate holds. I'm going to distract you with a story. I used to hate holds, but I learned that in life, there are moments of holds. There are moments of uncertainty, unknown. How long am I going to stay here in this challenging spot, waiting for medical results or needing to hear back from a job? All of those are examples of holds. 2 more breaths. Let's make it 3 to make the sides even. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Sighing it out. Last big deep inhale. And exhale, release that left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Bring the right knee on down, sending the hips forward and back, walking with the hands if that feels good. Using your blocks, always an option. Breathing into the hips and moving in a way that feels good for the body. Let's do 5 more breaths. Moving at your own pace. Stay in the present moment, even if you know what pose is coming next. And 2 more breath cycles. Inhaling and exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. All right. Runner's lunge, Sukha Hanumanasana, or easy split, half split. Make sure that our toes are pointing on up. Inhale to lengthen. Both hands can be to the inside of that left foot. Exhale to fold. With or without blocks, it's your choice. Feel free to stay nice and high. For those of us where this is really intense, I should have said this on the other side, feel free to keep a slight bend in the knee and you can walk the hands down the foot till eventually you find a spot where you feel a nice stretch in the hamstring. Always feel free to feel this stretch in the calf muscle and then in the meat, the heart of the hamstring, never behind the knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Find a moment of pause. Feel the left leg opening. Breathe. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, release your pose. Bend on into the left knee. Make sure the left knee is over the ankle. Find your plank pose in any way that feels good and honors your body. And when you are ready, take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, release the knees on down. Slowly lower hips, belly, and chest to the yoga mat. Bring the tops of the feet to the floor and then slide the elbows underneath the shoulders in Sphinx pose. Rock and sway from side to side. Getting into the shoulders a little bit, maybe tracing circles with the tip of your nose to release any tension in the jaw or in the neck, or I should say tracing half circles or moons, little moons, whatever feels good. Let's open up the back just a little. Take a nice big deep breath here. And exhale. See if you can lower the heart, sending the hands to frame the heart space. And maybe we can bring the hands to the lower back. And you can stay there and press the shoulders down, hug the elbows in towards one another, or you can interlace fingers, sending the knuckles to or towards the feet, sending that energy back, lifting through head, neck, and chest. Maybe lifting the toes on up in a locust pose. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Sighing it out. Last breath here. Inhale. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale. Release everything on down. Bringing the hands on down to the yoga mat, or bringing one cheek to the yoga mat. Bend the knees and windshield wiper the heels from side to side, getting a nice massage in the hips and in the pelvis. And bring the cheek to the other side, or maybe sending forehead to the hands. Breathing in, sighing out. Now, they found that there are two types of yogis, the ones that can stay in poses like this forever, and then the ones who can stay in plank poses forever because they get such an adrenaline kick. Do you know which yogi are you? Are you balanced? Do you like both? Which is the key. That's what we try to aim for in every practice, but it's okay if we lean more towards one or the other. And let's play around for 4 more breaths, just being. Be compassionate to yourself this full moon. Be kind. In a world that can be so mean and cruel, we don't need to add to it. We can be kind to ourselves. Inhale. And exhale. And from here, slowly come to sit in your wide-legged child's pose. Curling the toes under and pressing up and back. Bringing the knees mat distance apart. Bringing the toes together. Bow on down. Pause. Rest here. And take a moment of pride. You've done a good amount. I'm just going to check because the time will run away from me. We are right on time. Perfect. So from here, big deep breath in. And gentle sigh out. And slowly come to sit onto the heels of the feet, but this time sweep the legs in front. Favorite forward fold of your choice. I like Baddha Konasana. I like to bring the soles of my feet together, but feel free to come into more traditional forward fold, maybe a wide-legged forward fold, whatever. Actually, that feels quite good. So I might actually switch and do a wide-legged forward fold, but your favorite forward fold, I love seeing everyone's different choices. So wherever you are, same foundation. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown of the head. Exhale, allow yourself to fold to where you need to be. And isn't this beautiful that we can be in a class and in a community where we're all doing our own thing, but together, supporting one another? What if life looked a little bit more like that? Feel free to use our blocks. Everyone allowing each other to find their variation of life, their variation of living. It may look different than yours, and that's okay. Because we're all in this together. So slowing the breath down, being here. Knowing you are safe, you are held. Releasing any tension in your jaw. And in this moment, let go, release into the pose. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly peel yourself away from this forward fold, rising on up. Shavasana. Bringing the knees together, if you had them, gently apart, and coming to lie onto the yoga mat. Because it's the full moon, I invite you to try any form of Shavasana. You could do legs up the wall if you have space by kind of coming onto your back and then turtle rolling it on up. And you can come here. I mean, you can't, or some of you may be able to see me. The Zoom thing may be in the way. Or we can just come into the belly, resting on the belly if that felt really good. Or just traditional Shavasana, coming to lie on down as we do a full moon meditation. Breathing in and exhaling on out. Feeling yourself soften into this present moment. Visualizing yourself being held. The full moon overhead. Sending you healing energy. Reminding you it's okay to allow responsibilities and goals to have moments of pause, because from the pause comes the energy to expand. Give yourself permission to think nothing, to do nothing, for doing nothing is doing a lot. You can simply visualize this moon. And of course, we have the intention, which I just remembered we were supposed to write and place it underneath the mat. But I always feel there's no mistakes in yoga. So taking a moment to really visualize our intention. What is our intention for this full moon? And let yourself be absorbed in this energy. Let the yoga mat absorb this intention. Let yourself be held like a sacred bath of your intention, what you are creating, what you are manifesting, what you are cultivating. Visualize it and really feel it in the body. Be one with your intention. See yourself living it. Feel the energy where it is in the body. And just be here. And only when you are ready, feel free to deepen your breath. Feel free to wiggle fingers and toes. Swaying the head from side to side, maybe moving in a way that feels very good. And when you are ready, feel free to curl onto your side, cradling the head, resting there for a moment. And pressing on up to your comfortable position, your comfortable seated position. Again, only when you're ready. I thank you so much for joining me, my beautiful yogis. Take a moment to notice how you may feel now versus when you first began your practice. And with the ritual of writing your intention, you can feel free to leave your yoga mat out, place the intention underneath the yoga mat, or if you have crystals, you can write your intention and place it underneath the crystal, underneath the full moon. But I also feel there are no mistakes, and to feel your intention in the body and live it in the body, that too is enough. So whatever calls to you for your ritual for this full moon, let it be. So with that, let us close this practice with 1 Om and 3 Shantis for peace. Feel free to listen to the sound of Om or join in with me. Bring hands to prayer, thumbs connected to the heart space. Take a nice big deep inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing down to that divine light that is within each and every single one of us. Namaste, beautiful yogis. Namaste. Thank you so much again for joining me. I want to leave you with a journal question for those where it's maybe still your day. You can journal on this for the full moon. And this is journal questions inspired by the moon. And it's a simple yet deep question. How can I honor both my ambition, Capricorn, and my need for rest, emotional safety, and care? So I'll put it in the chat for those of you who want to journal a little bit more, to write upon it a little bit more. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about the intention writing and quickly putting it on. I focused more on the movement. But again, I think it was my mind just wanted to go to movement and it was organic. So next full moon, I promise. So with that, how are y'all feeling? Thank you, Doris. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. I'm gonna take, it's Honike. Namaste. Thank you. Margaret, thank you. Gabby, thank you. Christina, thank you. Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Helen. Helen says, I woke up with knots in my back, but it feels better now. Yeah, Helen, you weren't the only one. That's why I think I rushed towards the physical practice, because I was like, I need, there's this movement that I need. So I'm happy you're feeling better now, Helen. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Suk. Thank you. Thank you, Cecilia. Thanks. Odd, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Henrietta. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Inez. Perfect. And if you have any more questions, astrology questions, or anything else, feel free to ask. Thank you. Happy full moon, Haley. Happy full moon to everyone. Just remember, it's the full moon. People, lunatics come out. So if your day isn't over yet, I know some are in South Africa or in Ireland, so it's towards the end of the day. The lunatics, you don't have to deal with it anymore. But for those of you who are in stateside, it's early in the morning, it's 10 a.m., so you may still have to deal with some lunatics. So you just be kind to yourself, you be compassionate, always drive safe, always, go with the flow. What's the worst that could happen if you go with the flow? Nothing. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Ad. Thank you, guys. So if there are no more questions, I will go ahead and let you go. Thank you again, guys, for joining me. Have an amazing full moon, rest of your 24-hour period and day, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye. Oh, Joan says, is there a way to make a donation to you? Yeah. So Joan, if you go to my website, www.lizacolpa.com, and this is also, if you like this work, New Mind Start, all my course, Astro Yoga Flow for Achieving Your Goals, is on New Mind Start. I'm going to be honest, there are classes that are just as gentle as this, and then there are classes that are more active. They're all 30-minute practices though, so I feel like that's always good to know. And they all help you with, again, intention setting, but an overall goal. So check that out. Yes, thank you, Lily. Thank you. Yes. And yes, feel free. On my page, there's a donation bar on my website, and you can give a donation, but also check out the course and on New Mind Start. It's also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm cheeky. It's a little cheaper than on my website. You'll see it on my website, but it's cheaper on New Mind Start. So, if you want to save a little bit, go and check it. And yeah, all right. So feel free to check it out and join my email list. Please join my email list, because you'll be getting these emails. And I also don't just have emails for offerings. I have little tarot card readings, or I talk about the astrology, or I share a little bit of my personal life and thoughts on things. So, and I try to give it or send out an email weekly. So I'm not going to be spamming your inbox unless there's a cool new thing coming up that I feel you guys can benefit. So yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you. New Mind Start. Yes, the link is right here. I'm going to actually open it because copy link. So yeah, we can open it, and Lily posted it in the comments. New Mind Start. There it is. Yay. Yay. Okay, cool. Yay. And Helen, I already see, is the first thing that helps my anxiety. Nice. Awesome. Yes. We have Lisa B. This is so exciting. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. And it's $19. It's a 90% discount. I'm just saying, take advantage of it, guys. Take advantage. Take advantage. But yeah, we record it in a studio, and it's the first time. So, yep. All right. With that, my friends, I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. And bye.